Here we go. Right, my name is Ian Dowson, and the reason why I'm here is because I used to go out to meetups. Surprise, surprise. And at these meetups, I met PhDs. And I wondered what the PhDs were doing. And I then studied the human capital of 40 digital media startups. And I found that some of the brightest people in the world were doing startups, just like everybody here. I then analysed the whole digital media ecosystem in London and looked at what was generating these micro multinationals, and I then saw fintech, and I wondered whether these people could actually take down banks. And which one is it? And I started studying that. And I've studied 4,000 fintech companies. And I'd just like to relay back to you some of the findings. And that's my first slide, right? That's my get out clause. Please do not use anything I say for investment purposes. Please. Right, I'm just going to try and make this work. Gone. Gone. Which one is it going to be? Here we go. No, it's not that one. So what is fintech? I'm not going to read that out, but I'd just like to highlight some points. Reconfiguration, lower costs, lower friction, flexible services, which relate to customer needs, not the bank's needs. Services which can be delivered to markets that were thought to be unserviceable previously. And it occurs in startups, but also small, medium and large companies. The enablers, and the previous speakers all have alluded to this. Cloud, open source software. I have spent $10 million on a database which didn't work. Right? The world has changed. You have access to more advanced technology than all your traditional competitors. Devices. The $35 smartphone is now revolutionizing the development world. Mobile phone, network operators, and we have illustrations of that. APIs. And we had a fantastic illustration of the power of APIs. So security, identity, trust. The gentleman telling us that Bitcoin can solve the problem, but I think that is one of the limitations on the overall progress of fintech. So could be a good place to start a startup. There we go. Right, so what are the forces? Cost and delivery. The African mobile phone service model, you can provide financial services to people who earn under $500 a year and make money out of it, big families. The impact of the internet giants, you see Apple and Google Pay, but they're dwarfed by Alipay, Tencent Pay. Now you have Snapchat. Disintermediation, it's not only the existing delivery channel and supply chain, but it's the data stack and the human capital. The first speaker said, you can go to a dinner party and you can say, I work for a startup, and not get ridiculed. Politics and regulation, they ain't gonna save the 19th century business models, the vested interests. the FCA do innovation, which is remarkable. How much has gone in? I think $154 billion have gone in. Direct investment 50, acquisitions 38, and on the markets, these are basically payment companies which have benefited from the remarkable explosion in digital payments. Right, that's per year, and so 2004 in IPOs, $21 billion. So far this year, only 13. It's down. IPOs are down. Acquisitions last year, $15 billion. 6 months of this year, $10 billion. But look at direct investment. That's the most important bar on this particular slide. The whole of last year was $14 billion. 6 months, we've done $12.7 billion. This is taking off. This is a force which is going to have real commercial impact. Where in the world? The UK is the second largest ecosystem after the United States, and the largest ecosystem is the west coast of the United States. But my China number of 3.5 billion is an understatement, and India is just starting off at 2 billion. I think the overall point I would like to make is that this stuff's global. The biggest centers are San Francisco, New York, London for the moment, and there's a whole ecosystem which has already been talked about, which I come to later. And now for some of the good bits. And I'm glad I've got my figure right, 263. And this is the developed mobile phone banking world, which is what we in the West condescendingly call the developing world. They are light years ahead. And M-Pesa is a fully functioning financial services ecosystem. And you can do everything on it. And the lady who runs the mobile banking systems for Vodafone, Claire Alexandra, is one of the greatest fintech innovators in the world. The difference this makes to people's life is amazing. And you look at Kenya, right? So, September 2009, the Kenyan nation did not have an effective means of exchange with the people. Look at June 2015, 91 million transactions. 91 million transactions. Eat your heart out, Apple. And if you look at the traditional banking system, the card transactions, right, they peaked in February 2013, and they're still going down, Jane, right? This stuff works, and the transformation it makes of people's lives. Just look on YouTube, just look at the web, and you'll see heartwarming stories. However, it's not only payments. I think microinsurance is just as powerful. 236 million people are covered, but an increasing number of people get it free as a loyalty perk for subscribing to mobile network operators. And this is an example from Malawi, that use our network, get covered by life insurance. And the difference it makes to people who are bereaved, that, you know, it made me cry, and I'm a grizzled old boot, right? And it is phenomenal. When you get risk transference in a society where there's been no risk transference, right? Again, it has an amazing impact on the other fellow human's life. And in the UK, there's also a bit of good appearing. Mondo Bank, Fido Bank opened up on Monday. Monese opened up on Monday as well. Starling is getting FCA approval. There's Atom Bank, Hamden Bank, Seco Bank and Tandem Bank. I don't know much about, but apparently they exist. But I'll just highlight Mondo Bank, onboarding. This is a full bank with FCA, PRA approval. This is true. I heard it from Tom Blowfield on Friday night. Onboarding takes 30 seconds. Right? Every transaction gets processed within 3 seconds. You lose your credit card, you can turn it off within 3 seconds. That's the benefit of having your own banking application stack. So, slowly but surely, the United Kingdom is getting a banking system which is equivalent to the banking system in Kenya. And that's it. Thank you very much.
So we've now got a 2-minute video from Fork the Banks, and then we're going to have a panel. We've got 3 people that haven't actually spoken to you, so I'll give a couple of minutes on what they're doing now, and then we'll have 2 questions to the panel, and so we'll have 10 minutes where you can ask anyone what you want to ask. So think of some good questions.